I'm Christian Lamitschka, and today I present you John Afro Martinez. John, we know each other now for a long time, and I heard there's a story about your guitar.
Well, the story about my guitar is an amazing story. This guitar, this Takamine guitar that I have here, you can see looks like a Martin guitar, and but it's actually made by former workers that worked for the Martin factory in Pennsylvania, who went to work for a Japanese company called Takamine. You're very familiar with now. All the country stars play with the Takamine now, and even the rock stars now. It's just a wonderful work axe. But this particular guitar is special because it was built to the same specifications as far as the bracing, which is always an issue. The bracing has to do with how the guitar will resonate. And this was built to the exact specifications of the Martin guitars. Well, Martin, they've had many people copy their guitars, and Martin never cared because nobody did a very good job. So they didn't care. But Takamine did an excellent job, and so Martin sued them and won because the court said, yeah, this is a ripoff. And but I got one of the few Martins before the lawsuit. But ask players like Ricky Skaggs or Garth Brooks or Steve Wariner, they all played these early Takamines, and they're very special guitars. So I'm fortunate to have it. But this one, the story is even more special because I had to buy it twice. I bought it first time in San Marcos, Texas. In Austin, Texas, off Guadalupe, the drag near the University of Texas. I bought it there first. I played it for several years. Everybody always commented about how beautiful it sounded. I was doing a show just off 6th Street. My car was parked on 7th Street, and a buddy of mine showed up and surprised me. And I foolishly left the guitar in the back of my old Ford Pinto. And somebody came by and with a screwdriver pried open the latch and stole my guitar. So several months later, I wound up finding that guitar in a pawn shop, and I had to buy it back from the original owner, not the original, I'm the original owner of the pawn ticket, a guy named Jericho Giles Money. And I found Jericho Giles Money after getting instructions from the owners of the pawn shop, who apparently did a lot of business with Money. That was his nickname, Money. He was selling used bikes for 10 and up on Airport Boulevard in Austin, Texas, under a tent with a white hat, white feather, white jacket, white vest, white pants, white shoes, and he was really playing a flute there under the tent. And that's what when I confronted the guy and I said, "Hey, I've come for my pawn ticket," and so anyway, he wound up selling me the pawn ticket, so because he wouldn't just give it to me, and he sold it to me for like, I don't know, $35. So I bought the pawn ticket, and then I reclaimed it from the pawn shop, so I bought it twice.
Well, amazing story. But today we are here to talk about a new thing you have running.
Well, I've been working on rekindling my career in Texas and in the country music world. And so I've been focusing on a group of collaborators from the Texas Hill Country, which very few people outside of Austin, Texas, are aware of this community. The Hill Country is west of Austin, and there are some amazing people, and you'll recognize some of the names who live there now. Pauline Reese, Gary P. Nunn, Walt Wilkins, and from the Walt Wilkins Band, John Greenberg. And John Greenberg plays the guitar and is a collaborator. And then my friend Mike Blakely, who has written 15 novels. He just wrote one with Willie Nelson. And so this community has sprung up just west of Austin near Willieville, where there's a Pedernales recording studio. And I live about 20 minutes from the studio and from Willie's camp of people. So this amazing community, I thought, Nashville is an amazing town. There's some incredible songwriters in Nashville. But I want to do a project with that features these great writers in the Hill Country. So I've got a song that I've recorded with Walt Wilkins, that Walt Wilkins wrote, and it's called I just drawn blank. Well, you can't outdrink the truth. Okay, I was trying to paraphrase it, but let me go ahead and tell you the whole title. And if you listen to Walt's recordings, he's done a great job of it, but it's become one of my favorite tracks on their new album. And in addition to that, I did Utopia with that John Greenberg wrote from the Mysticeros. And then I did several songs that I've written with my co-writer, Mike Blakely, including The Ride, and then I did one that I wrote with a young lady who lives in the hill country, also named Jan Landry. And the Closer to My Dream that I did at the Durango stage this afternoon is one that I co-wrote with Jan Landry. And so every song on the album is from this community of songwriters in the hill country. So it has a more organic flavor, which actually does quite well in Europe. They when I come to Germany, and when I go to Switzerland and Austria and the Netherlands, Italy, Hungary, those are the places I've played in Italy, France that I've played so far. What they like about my music is that I don't hire a European band. I bring my Texas boys with me. So it's more expensive to do this this way. You have to, pay for the flights for all of the players, and it's definitely more expensive. But I think it's more real.
Okay.
For them to hear me.
What's the biggest difference between Europe and America?
Well, the biggest difference. Let me give you the most positive difference. Is that the Europeans do not care if I'm in my 40s.
Okay.
Okay. As far as the country music community there, all they care about is the music real? Is it from your heart? Are the musicians excellent musicians? That is what they care about. And whereas, as you know, in America, it's very youth driven. If you're a young lady over 30, it's your career is toward the end. If you're a male over 40, you're not embraced as much as you should be. Just ask the legends like John Anderson and all these wonderful guys who are fighting for airtime and not getting it. Well, in Europe, they don't care if the music is good.
Yeah, they still play the Bellamy Brothers on the radio.
Oh, the Bellamy Brothers are huge over there.
Yep,
and,
that's right.
So I appreciate that about the European market. Now, on the negative side, most of my songs are in English. Of course, I do some in Spanish, and they're bilingual. And there are subtleties of songwriting. There is irony, and there is exaggeration. There are a lot of poetic devices that a writer will use in the songwriting, which may not be understandable to all of the European audiences. So they might not understand every subtle part of the song, but they do appreciate the heart, and they can. So.
Well, let me say thanks, and that you found the time to meet us, and see you hopefully next time.
Yes, thank you very much, Christian. I appreciate you letting me sneak out here. I've got a line of folks waiting at the booth. So thank you for letting me be here, and I appreciate all the fine folks in Germany, and I'll say hello to all the fine folks, especially from the Germanic-speaking countries, which have been so good to me. Thank you.